Hello students, welcome to this online course of strength of materials. So till now we have discussed about the the bending stresses which will be generated due to the externally applied load. So suppose this is a beam, let me show you any beam, it can be a simply supported beam. So this is the hinge support, this is a roller support. Let us say this is applied load at any distance between, this is total L, and A and B are the either sides of the externally applied load. Now due to this loading there will generate a bending moment and also a shear force. So we have discussed the bending stresses, that is the generation of bending stresses due to externally applied load. This load will create a bending moment and this bending moment will create a sigma. Sigma was the bending stress. Now in the similar manner we will try to see the variation. So the variation was linear. Okay, so here it was 0 at the neutral axis and it can be compressive or tensile depending upon the nature of the load. Now we are going to see how we are going to calculate or how the variation of shear stress will take place in any particular beam. Okay, so this chapter was divided into two portions. First was the bending stresses. Now we are going to start our next topic, that is the shear stresses, variation of shear stress distribution. Okay, so shear force gives rise to shearing stresses. So shear stress definitely will give rise to our shear stresses in the beam. So in this article expression for shearing stress is derived and its variation across the section is discussed. A designer has to see that the beam is safe not only in bending but also in shear. So how we are going to design? A designer, like you are a designer of a building, a mechanical engineer will design the machines. So the components of the machines or the components of the building. So for us our product is what? Any building. So any building will be made up of the slabs, the columns and the beams. Okay, so what overall the overall safety will be depends upon the component safety. Like if how we are going to say that the structure is safe, each and every component will be safe for the given loading. Okay, let us say 100 kilonewton loading is there. I am just saying any number, it can be, say 100 kilonewton load is there. Now due to this 100 kilonewton load, the each and every component of the building should be safe. That means if the stress in the beam, like let us say 100 megapascal is the allowed stress in any depending on the material. So this allowable stress is the material property. So let us say this is 100 megapascal or any sigma megapascal is the allowable stress. So each and every component of the building should be safe due to this loading and it should not exceed 100 megapascal. So any component on any axis, on any plane, the shear stress or the bending stress cannot exceed the value of the permissible stress in bending or the permissible stress in tension. Okay, so the bending stress and shear stress can be, mostly you will see the different permissible values. So a material behaves differently in bending. So a material can be strong in bending and it can be simultaneously weak in shear. Okay, so we have to check for shear and bending we have checked. So in the previous chapter what we have done, we have derived the bending formula, and with the help of that bending formula we can calculate the bending stress. And if the bending stress is coming to be greater than the allowable stress, then the design is fail. It will fail, it is not safe. And if it is well within the limits, so the design is okay. In the similar manner, first we are going to see we will derive the equation for the shear stress variation, and now in the next chapter we are going to discuss the problems based upon the formula which we are going to derive. So from where this shear stress is going to come, let us see. Obviously it is going to come due to the external applied load. So let us say this is any cross section. This is a cross section of a beam, any cross section we have taken. So let us suppose the bending moment developed due to the external applied load is M at a section X from any particular point, and for a small incremental distance, that is del x, the bending moment we are assuming as it is increasing with the distance. The distance is very small, so the increment is m plus del m. Okay, so this we are taking as positive. If it will be lesser value, automatically it will come negative. So don't bother about the sign, just take, we are assuming that at a particular distance of del x, the bending moment is going to increase m plus del m. That is fine, and we are checking for a small strip of dy at a distance of y. Okay, so this can be a typical cross section. So this is the front view and this is the side view. Now what we are going to see, due to this unbalanced bending moment, a shear stress can be, it has to develop to balance the stresses coming due to the bending moment though. So if you are converting these moments into forces, what we are going to see, a net force will act towards left hand side. To balance this force, a force will develop inside the beam to balance, and it will be in this direction, and these two forces will have to be same, then only the equilibrium is going to, we are going to achieve the equilibrium. Okay, so this diagram, I hope this is clear to you. So this strip is from where we are taking, this is the strip. Okay, throughout the width we are taking. Now consider an elemental length which is del x as shown in the beam. So this is the elemental distance. So the bending moment is m and m plus del m, this I have already told you. So the thickness is del y. Bending stress on the left hand side of the elemental fiber is m plus I by y, and on the right, if we are going to convert into force, so the area is how much, b into del y. Okay, so you can see here this is b, so this is b and del y is the thickness, so area will be b into dy. So this will become the force. Similarly, the force on the right hand side will be m plus del m by I, only moment is going to change because del x is very small. That is clear. So the unbalanced horizontal force on the right side of the elemental fiber is how much? What is the unbalanced force? So what we are going to do, we are going to subtract the two moments which are towards right minus towards left. So the net moment, so the net force coming is del m by I into y, b into del y. So the horizontal force is how much? We have to integrate it. So this is the force on the elemental area. Now you can see up till this distance, what is the distance y, yt. Okay, so we have to so we are going to calculate the force here. So from y till yt will be the limits of del y. Okay, yt or y1, whatever we are going to say. So finally this is the unbalanced force in the beam due to unbalanced bending moment. How we are going to, somebody should be there to take care of this force. What is that force? That force is the shear stress, because that stress will be parallel to the section. Okay, so you can see it is the parallel to the section. Section is something like this, and this is parallel to the surface. That is why it is termed as the shearing stress. Now if the intensity is Q, it will be multiplied by the area of that particular section. These two forces are going to be equal to balance each other, and if you will see here, this is nothing but the, what is this, area, b into del y is your area. Okay, and a into y is what, the moment of this area about the neutral axis. So this we are going to see, this we are going to take as A into y bar. So A into y bar is the moment of area above the section under consideration about the neutral axis. V is the shear stress at that location. So we are having the formula Q is equal to V upon IB into A into y bar. Clear? So these terms are very important, and you have to be very careful in taking these terms. So what are these terms? Let us say this is a rectangular section, this is your neutral axis, and we want to calculate the shearing stress at this location. Clear? So V will be the shear stress at that location, I will be the moment of inertia of whole section, B is the width, let us say this is width, but B is the width of that particular section. Area is what? Area is this area. Okay, this is the area, and y bar is the distance of this area from the neutral axis. Then only it will become the A into y bar, that is the moment of area of that particular section about neutral axis. So you have to be very careful in taking the area and y bar. So if the section is this, okay, we have to calculate the shearing stress in this particular section at this location. What you have to be very careful, area will be of this section, and y bar is the centroid of this section from the neutral axis. So this we are going to discuss in very much detail when we are going to discuss the problems. Okay, so firstly we will be deriving the equation of Q for the standard cases, like the rectangular case is there, circular case is there, and the triangular case is there. So that we are going to derive in the next lecture. So this is all for today. Thank you.